Have you ever wondered what would happen if the AI revolution completely transformed your financial life? Not in 20 years, but starting right now? What if everything you thought you knew about building wealth, planning for retirement, or protecting your family's financial security was about to be rewritten, not by financial advisors or economists, but by artificial intelligence? I spent the last 6 months investigating how AI is already reshaping people's financial situations, and what I discovered honestly kept me up at night. One story in particular haunts me: a retired couple who lost their entire 400 zero nest egg because they didn't understand how AI was changing investment scams. But I also found families who've increased their net worth by 35% in a single year by embracing these same technologies. Today, I'm going to show you the 11 most dramatic ways AI is about to transform your financial world, including 3 critical moves you need to make in the next 90 days to protect yourself. Make sure you stay until the very end, because the last point isn't just about protecting your money. It's about ensuring your children and grandchildren inherit a world where they can thrive financially. I remember sitting in my living room last winter, talking with my neighbor Bill about his retirement plans. At 67, he was confident in his financial strategy, the same approach that had worked for decades. Diversified investments, prudent savings, careful planning. The conversation turned to AI and he laughed it off. "That's for the tech folks," he told me. "It won't change anything about my money situation." Just last month, Bill called me in a panic. His investment advisor had been replaced by an AI-driven system. His Medicare claims were being processed by algorithms instead of people. And his bank was closing the local branch where he'd gone for 30 years. "Everything's changing," he said, "and I don't understand any of it." Bill's experience isn't unique. Across America, artificial intelligence is rewiring the entire financial system, from how we earn money to how we save, invest, borrow, and plan. For those of us over 40, these changes hit differently. We didn't grow up with this technology. And suddenly it feels like the rules of the game are changing when we're already at halftime. But here's what I want you to know. Understanding these changes isn't optional. It's absolutely essential for your financial survival. And the good news? You don't need a computer science degree to navigate this new landscape. You just need someone to translate what's happening into practical steps you can take today. That's exactly what I'm going to do for you in the next 30 minutes. I'll walk you through the 11 most significant ways AI is transforming your financial world, explain what it means for you in plain English, and give you specific actions to take Tim-wide, whether you're planning for retirement, helping your adult children, or looking to protect what you've built. Remember when we thought only factory jobs were at risk of automation? Those days are long gone. AI isn't just taking over repetitive manual tasks anymore. It's moving into professions we never imagined could be automated. Let me share something shocking. McKinsey's latest research shows that up to 30% of hours worked globally could be automated by 2030. Think about that. Nearly a third of all work potentially automated in less than a decade. And the jobs being affected aren't just entry-level positions. I recently spoke with Jennifer, a paralegal with 22 years of experience at a prestigious law firm. "I thought my job was safe," she told me. "Then they brought in an AI system that could review contracts in seconds instead of hours, with better accuracy than most of us. Within 3 months, her department of 8 was reduced to 3 people overseeing the AI system." This trend is hitting professionals in their 40s, 50s, and 60s particularly hard. These are peak earning years when you should be maximizing retirement savings, not facing unexpected career disruption. So, what can you do? First, conduct an AI vulnerability assessment of your current role. Look at which parts of your job involve repetitive tasks, data analysis, or predictable decision-making. These are most likely to be automated first. Then deliberately develop skills that complement AI rather than compete with it. Emotional intelligence, creative problem-solving, ethical judgment, and interpersonal skills become more valuable as routine tasks get automated. Additionally, consider what I call career hedging, developing a secondary income stream that's more resistant to automation. This might be consulting, teaching, crafts, or service-based businesses that require human connection. Having this backup provides financial security and peace of mind as the job market transforms. While AI is closing some doors, it's opening others, including opportunities that simply didn't exist even 5 years ago. One of my podcast listeners, Margaret, shared her story with me recently. At 58, she'd been a high school English teacher for over 30 years. When her school started using AI for some grading and lesson planning, she got curious instead of fearful. She spent a few months learning about AI content tools, and now earns more as a part-time AI prompt engineer than she did teaching full-time. She helps small businesses create effective prompts to get better results from AI systems. Margaret isn't alone. We're seeing explosive growth in roles like AI ethicists, machine learning managers, AI content editors, automation consultants, and data privacy specialists. Many of these positions leverage the wisdom, judgment, and experience that come with age, giving people in midlife a potential advantage. But you don't have to change careers to benefit. AI tools can help you monetize skills you already have. Take photography, cooking, crafting, or woodworking. AI platforms can now help you market these talents, find customers, and handle the business aspects that might have previously been barriers. The key is adopting what I call a tech-enhanced mindset, rather than trying to become a technology expert overnight. Ask yourself, how can AI help me leverage what I already know and love doing? This approach often leads to the most sustainable and satisfying opportunities. If you're wondering where to start, consider taking a free online course in AI literacy to understand the basic concepts and possibilities. Platforms like Coursera and edX offer excellent introductions designed for non-technical people. This foundation will help you spot opportunities that others miss. For decades, we've relied on the same retirement planning formulas. Save a certain percentage of your income. Follow the 4% withdrawal rule. Maintain a 60-40 portfolio balance. But AI-powered financial planning tools are showing that these one-size-fits-all approaches are often inadequate for today's economic realities. New AI financial planning systems can analyze thousands of variables and economic scenarios in seconds. They can project how different policies, market conditions, health events, or family situations might impact your financial future. This level of personalization simply wasn't possible with traditional methods. One striking example comes from David, a 61-year-old engineering manager I met through my community. He was following the standard advice to gradually shift his portfolio toward bonds as he approached retirement. When he ran his situation through an advanced AI planning tool, it revealed that given his specific circumstances, including his pension structure, family health history, and the local real estate market where he planned to retire, this conventional wisdom would likely leave him with 23% less wealth over his lifetime. The AI system recommended a more nuanced approach that maintained higher equity exposure in specific sectors while using different hedging strategies to protect against downside risk. 2 years into this revised strategy, his portfolio has significantly outperformed his previous approach, even through market volatility. What does this mean for you? First, be skeptical of simplified rules of thumb. Your financial situation has nuances that general advice can't address. Second, look for financial advisors who are integrating AI-powered tools into their practice. The best approach combines human judgment with AI's analytical capabilities. If you're working with a financial advisor, ask them specifically how they're incorporating advanced analytics into their planning process. If they dismiss the importance of these tools, it might be time to interview other advisors who understand how technology is transforming financial planning. The place where most families hold their greatest wealth, their homies experiencing significant disruption from AI. This goes far beyond simple listing apps or mortgage comparison tools. AI algorithms are now influencing where developers build, how homes are priced, which renovation projects deliver the best returns, and even which neighborhoods might appreciate faster than others. These systems analyze thousands of variables, from school quality and crime rates to traffic patterns and climate change projections to make predictions that were impossible before. One dramatic example comes from the suburban Atlanta housing market. AI predictive models identified specific neighborhoods likely to see significant appreciation due to a combination of demographic shifts, infrastructure improvements, and climate resilience factors that weren't obvious to human analysts. Property values in these areas increased by an average of 14% more than surrounding communities in just 2 years. For homeowners, this creates both opportunities and risks. The opportunity lies in using these insights to make smarter decisions about when to buy, sell, renovate, or refinance. The risk comes if you're making major housing decisions without understanding how these new dynamics affect your specific market. Here's a practical step. Before making any significant housing decision, use multiple AI-powered platforms like Zillow's predictive tools, Redfin's market analysis, and local AI-enhanced real estate services to get a more comprehensive picture than a single source can provide. Look for patterns and consensus among these different algorithms. For those considering downsizing or relocating in retirement, AI analysis becomes even more valuable. These tools can help identify communities that not only meet your lifestyle preferences, but also represent smart financial decisions based on projected healthcare costs, tax implications, and long-term property appreciation. As AI systems take over more financial decisions, from credit approvals and insurance rates to job candidate screening, a concerning pattern has emerged. Algorithmic bias that can unfairly impact people based on age, race, gender, or other factors. This issue hit home for me when I spoke with Robert, a 58-year-old project manager with an excellent credit history and stable employment. Despite his strong financial profile, he was repeatedly denied refinancing offers that younger colleagues with similar profiles received. After investigation, he discovered the bank's AI system was interpreting his age as a risk factor, effectively penalizing him for being closer to retirement. What makes algorithmic discrimination particularly troubling is its invisibility. Unlike human bias, which might be obvious in an interaction, AI bias operates behind the scenes. The system doesn't explicitly state it's penalizing you for being over 50, it simply delivers a different outcome. This issue affects everything from mortgage rates and insurance premiums to job application success rates. Research from the Brookings Institution confirms that older Americans face significant disadvantages in AI-driven financial systems, often paying hundreds or thousands more for the same services. To protect yourself, first, understand that transparency is your ally. When applying for financial products or services, ask specifically about how automated systems are used in decision-making. Some states now have laws requiring companies to disclose this information. Second, if you receive an unexpected denial or unfavorable terms, don't simply accept the algorithm's decision. Request a human review and explanation. Companies are increasingly implementing human-in-the-loop processes that allow for appeals of automated decisions. Finally, consider working with financial institutions that specifically commit to algorithmic fairness and regular bias audits of their systems. Some community banks and credit unions are positioning themselves as more human-centered alternatives to heavily automated national banks. Perhaps the most alarming development in the financial landscape is the sophistication of AI-enabled scams. These aren't the obvious Nigerian prince emails of yesteryear. Today's AI scams can mimic your bank, your investment advisor, or even your family members with frightening accuracy. Linda and Thomas, a retired couple from Oregon, lost $267,000 to what they thought was their investment firm's new AI-enhanced portfolio service. The scammers had created a convincing replica of their actual investment portal, complete with accurate account details they'd gathered through data scraping. The AI-generated communications matched their advisor's writing style precisely. Voice cloning technology now allows scammers to replicate a loved one's voice with just a few seconds of audio sample, often pulled from social media videos. These technologies create grandparent scams, where a panicked call that sounds exactly like your grandchild begs for emergency money. The financial consequences can be devastating. particularly for retirees who don't have years of earning ahead to recover from significant losses. And traditional prevention advice, like looking for spelling errors or suspicious email addresses, becomes inadequate when facing AI-generated content. To protect yourself, implement what cybersecurity experts call multi-factor verification. This means verifying requests through multiple channels before taking action. If you receive an urgent financial request, even if it seems to come from a trusted source, verify it through a different communication method. For example, if you get an email from your bank, don't click any links instead. Call the number on your physical bank card. Consider implementing a family password or verification question that only close family members would know, something that wouldn't be available on social media or public records. This provides an additional security layer against voice cloning scams. Lastly, consider using AI tools to fight AI scams. Services like Truecaller, Nomorobo, and AI-powered email security can help identify and block sophisticated attempts before they reach you. Healthcare expenses remain one of the biggest financial concerns for Americans over 40, and AI is dramatically changing this landscape, creating both opportunities for savings and new planning challenges. AI diagnostic tools are already reducing costly medical errors and identifying health issues earlier when they're less expensive to treat. Predictive healthcare AI can now forecast potential health issues based on your medical history, allowing for preventive interventions that avoid costly emergency care. Barbara, a 64-year-old former teacher I interviewed, credits an AI health monitoring system with saving her over $30,000 in potential medical costs. The system, which analyzed data from her smartwatch and brief daily health questions, identified early warning signs of a serious heart condition before she experienced major symptoms. Early intervention prevented what physicians later confirmed would likely have resulted in a cardiac emergency. On the planning side, new AI tools can now project your personalized healthcare costs through retirement with much greater accuracy than traditional methods. These projections consider your specific health history, family medical background, geographic location, insurance coverage, and even lifestyle factors. The financial implications are significant. For many families, accurately predicted healthcare costs can shift retirement timing, housing decisions, and investment strategies. A study from the Employee Benefit Research Institute found that a healthy 65-year-old couple today needs approximately $325,000 saved just for healthcare expenses in retirement. But this figure varies enormously based on individual circumstance, exactly the kind of complex calculation where AI excels. To leverage these advancements, start by asking your healthcare providers about AI-powered preventive care technologies they support. Many insurance plans now cover these services, recognizing their cost-saving potential. For financial planning, look into tools like HealthView Services or Genworth's Cost of Care Survey that use advanced predictive analytics to create personalized healthcare cost projections. Incorporate these personalized estimates into your retirement planning rather than relying on general averages. The democratization of algorithmic investing has fundamentally changed how markets function and who benefits from them. This shift extends far beyond the rise of robo-advisors. It's reshaping the entire investment landscape in ways that particularly impact midlife and older investors. Institutional investors now use AI systems that can analyze thousands of data points, from traditional financial metrics to satellite imagery of retail parking lots, social media sentiment, and even weather patterns, to make split-second trading decisions. These capabilities have changed market behavior in fundamental ways, creating both new opportunities and risks for individual investors. James, a 59-year-old sales executive and experienced investor, shared his experience with me. He had always relied on fundamental analysis and value investing principles. Over the past 5 years, he noticed his carefully researched stock picks increasingly behaved in ways that contradicted traditional market logic. After researching algorithmic trading impacts, he shifted his approach to focus more on broad-based ETFs, designed to capture overall market growth rather than trying to select individual winners. For individual investors, this new algorithmic reality requires adapting your strategy. First, understand that competing directly with institutional AI trading systems is increasingly difficult. Individual stock picking based on traditional research methods may not deliver the results it once did. Instead, consider what I call algorithm-aware investing. This approach acknowledges AI's market impact while focusing on what individual investors can still do better than algorithms, like maintaining emotional discipline during volatile periods and making holistic decisions that align with your personal values and long-term goals. Practically speaking, this might mean emphasizing tax-efficient investing, an area where personalized human planning still outshines automated approaches, focusing on longer time horizons beyond algorithmic trading cycles, or investing in areas where human judgment and values still create advantages, such as sustainable investing or community development funds. The traditional estate planning model, creating a will or trust and updating it every few years, is rapidly becoming insufficient in an AI-transformed economy. Digital assets, online businesses, cryptocurrency, and AI-generated intellectual property are creating entirely new inheritance considerations. Consider Michael, a 72-year-old photographer who had meticulously planned his estate, including provisions for his extensive professional photo library. What he hadn't considered was the AI-generated derivative works created from his images. After licensing some photos to a stock image company that used AI enhancement, questions arose about who owned the AI-modified versions and future iterations created after his death. His existing estate documents had no provisions for these scenarios. Beyond digital assets, AI is changing how inheritance itself functions. New AI-powered estate planning tools can now model the tax and financial implications of different inheritance strategies across multiple generations with unprecedented detail. These tools can identify options that human advisors might miss, potentially saving families significant amounts in taxes and administrative costs. Some forward-thinking families are even creating algorithmic trusts inheritance structures that use AI to adapt distribution and investment strategies based on beneficiaries' changing circumstances, market conditions, or tax law updates without requiring court intervention. To adapt your estate planning for this new reality, start by creating a comprehensive digital asset inventory that goes beyond just listing accounts. Document who should have access to what, under which circumstances, and with what limitations. Include digital businesses, online content you've created, cryptocurrency, and any AI-related assets. Consider consulting with an estate attorney who specializes in digital assets and emerging technologies. Traditional estate planning expertise is no longer sufficient. You need advisors who understand how technology is changing property rights and inheritance mechanisms. Finally, discuss your digital legacy openly with your heirs. Many people over 40 have substantially different views about privacy and digital assets than their children or grandchildren. These conversations can prevent conflict and ensure your wishes are respected. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and other government benefits systems are rapidly incorporating AI for eligibility determinations, fraud detection, and benefit calculations. This shift has significant implications for anyone currently receiving or planning to apply for these benefits. Carol, a 68-year-old retiree, experienced this firsthand when applying for Medicare benefits. An automated system flagged inconsistencies in her work history that delayed her application for months. The issue turned out to be a name change from a brief marriage in her 20s that created what the algorithm identified as a suspicious pattern. Resolving the issue through human channels proved frustrating and time-consuming. As more agencies adopt algorithmic decision-making, understanding how these systems work becomes crucial for protecting your benefits. Government algorithms typically prioritize fraud prevention over customer service, meaning they err on the side of denial when uncertainties arise. To navigate this new landscape first, ensure all your government records are consistent across agencies. Discrepancies in how your name appears, address history, or employment records can trigger algorithmic red flags. Second, keep meticulous records of all interactions with benefits systems. When dealing with algorithmic systems, the burden of proof increasingly falls on the applicant. Detailed documentation of your application process, including screenshots of online submissions and notes from phone conversations, can prove invaluable if disputes arise. Third, familiarize yourself with appeal processes before you need them. Each benefits system has specific procedures for challenging automated decisions, often with strict deadlines. Understanding these processes in advance can save crucial time if problems occur. For those not yet receiving benefits, consider working with a financial advisor who uses simulation tools to optimize your benefits strategy. These tools can model different claiming scenarios to identify the optimal approach for your specific situation, potentially increasing your lifetime benefits by tens of thousands of dollars. Perhaps the most profound long-term financial impact of AI comes in how it's changing intergenerational wealth dynamics. The traditional model of wealth building and transfer is being fundamentally altered in ways that create both opportunities and challenges for families. Historically, career knowledge and business practices evolved relatively slowly, allowing wisdom to transfer naturally between generations. Today, technological disruption means older generations' career expertise can become outdated, while younger family members may possess valuable technical knowledge but lack financial experience. This creates what I call the reverse mentoring opportunity, where generations can exchange different forms of valuable knowledge. I've worked with families who have formalized this exchange, with older members providing financial literacy and management skills, while younger members offer technical guidance on emerging technologies and digital opportunities. AI is also changing inheritance patterns through longevity impacts. Advanced healthcare AI is extending lifespans while simultaneously increasing late-life care costs. This creates complex financial planning scenarios where wealth might need to last for 30-plus years of retirement while also supporting multiple generations. For families building multi-generational financial strategies, consider creating what financial planners call a family knowledge trust alongside your financial trust. This structured approach to capturing and sharing wisdom across generations includes documentation of financial principles, investment philosophies, and business approaches that have served your family well. Also consider how AI-driven career changes might impact inheritance timing. The traditional model of leaving substantial assets after death may be less effective in a world where younger generations face career disruption and retraining needs in their 30s and 40s. Strategic lifetime gifting for education, business formation, or housing might provide greater family financial resilience than larger posthumous inheritances. Finally, use AI-powered scenario planning tools together as a family to explore different future possibilities. These collaborative exercises can help bridge generational perspectives and create more adaptable family financial strategies that serve everyone's needs in a rapidly changing economy. Now that you understand these 11 ways AI is transforming your financial world, you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. That's completely normal. We're navigating one of the most significant economic transitions in human history, and it's happening during our lifetimes. But understanding these changes is only the first step. Taking action is what will truly protect and enhance your financial future. I've created a comprehensive resource specifically for people over 40 who want to turn these AI disruptions into opportunities. My AI Financial Adaptation Guide includes a detailed self-assessment to identify your specific AI vulnerability and opportunity areas, step-by-step checklists for protecting your assets from emerging technological risks, expert-developed strategies for leveraging AI tools to enhance your financial planning, a curated list of the most reliable AI-powered financial tools for non-technical users. You can download this free guide at our website. Just click the link in the description below. I'm also offering a limited number of complimentary 15-minute strategy sessions for those who want personalized guidance on applying these concepts to their specific situation. Don't wait until these changes have already impacted your financial security. The families who will thrive in this new era aren't necessarily the ones who understand every technical detail. They're the ones who adapt their strategies early and intentionally. Before we wrap up, I want to share one final story that I think captures why this topic matters so deeply. Last month, I received a message from Richard and Karen, a couple in their early 60s who had watched my previous video on technology and retirement planning. For years, they'd been anxious about their financial future, constantly feeling like they were falling behind despite doing everything by the book. After implementing some of the AI-enhanced strategies we discussed, they didn't just improve their financial position, they rediscovered a sense of confidence and agency they thought they'd lost. For the first time in years, Karen wrote, we feel like we're making informed choices rather than just reacting to changes happening around us. That's ultimately what this conversation is really about. The AI revolution isn't just changing financial systems and economic opportunities, it's changing how we experience our relationship with money. The goal isn't to become a technology expert or to predict every market shift perfectly. The goal is to maintain your sense of agency and intention in a rapidly changing world. The financial wisdom you've developed throughout your life remains incredibly valuable. Combined with thoughtful adaptation to these new realities, that wisdom becomes even more powerful. You have unique advantages in navigating this transition: perspective, experience, and judgment that no algorithm can replicate. I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions in the comments below. How are you experiencing these changes in your own financial life? What strategies are you using to adapt? This community has always been a place for sharing wisdom, and that collaboration becomes even more valuable as we navigate these unprecedented changes together. Thank you for investing this time with me today. Until next time, here's to building financial security in an age of intelligent machines.